All right, boys, this is the daily market outlook for Euro USD, GBP USD, and the DXY, and we are going to cover what price is doing at the moment. So, starting off with the Forex Factory, right? We have no news today. It's Friday, the 21st of March. This week has been really unpredictable. But let's dive straight into price, right? Let's dive straight into price. So, DXY daily time frame. What we have had right here is we've mitigated this weekly zone. We have swept liquidity, and now we have had a market structure shift. We're still waiting for that body candle closure, and we ultimately have this daily fair value gap, which is the first target, and then these fair value gaps up into here. What I'm expecting is for price to just come up into here first before potentially getting the pullback. Potentially we see a larger pullback, but this is just my first target, the easy sort of target, right? Let's drop down to the 4-hour time frame now. So in the 4-hour time frame, as you can see right here, we've had a clear market structure shift, making price bullish, and we have just been respecting the 4-hour order flow trading higher. So this is what price has done right now. Traded lower, came up, boom, mitigated this 4-hour order block, pushed higher. Traded lower, boom, mitigated this 4-hour order block, and now we have pushed higher and already broken above that high. So potentially what price is going to do now is either come back into this zone and just reject and continue trading higher into that daily gap, or we might see a bit of a pullback coming into maybe a discount order block down here and then see price push higher, right? So on the 1-hour time frame, this is how this translates. We have a clear breaker block right here. So that's the 1-hour breaker block. 1-hour breaker, and then we have a flip zone right here. 1-hour flip zone. And if you don't know what a flip zone is, I'm about to explain this to you. This is a very important concept that I use. So you get bearish prices, you get price do this and then that. Here you get your bearish candle, so this would be a bearish order block right here. Then what price does is it reacts, and then what price does is this. So it's very simple but very powerful. So this is how I'm going to explain this to you. What price is doing right here is it pushes down, we come back up, this is an order block, we get a reaction, so sellers come into the market, supply comes into the market, and then as you can see, supply gets invalidated with a push up. So basically this signifies that demand has entered the market, right? Because supply failed to do its job. Supply was supposed to go down and take this low, but it didn't manage, and demand absolutely took control, and this is why this zone right here is a high probability zone to long from, and it's called a flip zone, okay? So that's a little concept for you. I recommend you start using it, or at least just testing it, because it's a very high probability. So obviously we swept liquidity down here, which is even clearer, even cleaner. 1-hour liquidity. I'm going to use 4-hour liquidity right here, and we've just swept this high, which is not ideal, but it is what it is. And now potentially what we're going to see is a bit of a pullback, come into this zone, and then just continue buying straight to the highs, right? We've swept liquidity down here as well. That's the same liquidity, but I'm just going to mark it out on the 15-minute time frame. And now this is the clean 1-hour zone that I'll be looking to long from. So this is definitely a trade idea on the DXY, and we're going to explain how that correlates to the euro. There we go. So Euro USD daily time frame, let's go. Daily time frame, we've already had our market structure shift, just right here, just like the DXY. On the weekly time frame, what I do want to point out is this is the fair value gap. So this is the start of the internal range liquidity, and on the daily time frame, that daily range liquidity, that internal range liquidity is right here, as you can see on this sell side liquidity point. So once we mitigate this area, this is the first potential area we can see a bit of a pullback before potentially going lower or continuing trading higher. So let me just re-explain that. Once we mitigate here, potentially we see a bull pullback and then we go lower, or we mitigate here and then just continue pushing higher because price has been very bullish. In my opinion, we might get something, either scenario 1 will come down all the way down into here and then reverse, or we'll do something like this and then just keep trading lower and then maybe get a market structure shift and shift bullish, right? Very simple. Let's drop down now to the 4-hour time frame. So I've just explained the fact that the daily time frame has had a market structure shift already, but without a body candle closure. This is the same currently on the 4-hour time frame. So very simple, left head, right shoulder, and then what we want now is to see a body candle closure below here. Not just a wick, but literally displacement and body candles closing below the previous low. So if you don't know this quote, it's a very important trading quote. Wicks do the damage, bodies tell the stories. So until we get a body candle closure below here, higher prices are a possibility, okay? That doesn't mean I'll be looking for longs, but they are definitely a possibility. On the 1-hour time frame, we can see as price has created a market structure shift up here. So 1 hour, well, this is basically it. 1 hour market structure shift. And we've left equal highs up here. So as I've just explained, until we get that body candle closure, possibility for longs, especially now that we have these equal highs that have been left up there. So on the 15-minute time frame, again, I'm about to show you the same flip zone as before, and it might even be more clear on the 5-minute time frame. It is, in fact, more clear on the 5-minute time frame. Look at the 5-minute time frame. We have this 5-minute order block here. So 5-minute. And then supply comes into the market, fails to take out the low, and then right now you're literally seeing live the demand start to take control. So demand is currently has broken above these highs and has invalidated a couple of bearish PD arrays. I'm just saying a potential long opportunity, well, was already this. Stop loss below here. And then potentially targeting higher prices. Because we're probably going to go lower from here into at least this zone. And then, so that's it. That is essentially it currently for Euro USD. Let's go now to Pound USD. Daily time frame, this is the low to create a market structure shift. Currently demand is in control. The 4-hour time frame, we have had our 4-hour market structure shift by trading right below this low right here. And now we are pushing lower. Very, very simple. We are pushing lower. This is a zone that I'm definitely eyeing right down here. I'll make my camera smaller for you guys. So this is a zone right here that I'm definitely eyeing. Potentially we'll see a reversal from here to go higher. And this is the 4-hour extreme zone, so at the top of the move down. Let's drop down to the 1-hour time frame to see what price is doing. So very important to notice here. In the 1-hour time frames, we currently have SMT with this low, and then GBP USD with this low. Okay, so potentially we see a bit of a pullback, especially with all these equal highs right up into here. 15-minute time frame, let's see what price is doing. So there's not much to say right now in the 15-minute time frame. Euro USD is definitely looking a bit more clear for some long ideas right now. Voice crack. And that's it for today's daily market outlook. See you guys in the next one.